Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Cosmoteer, where today we're gonna do something completely different. For the last couple of episodes in Cosmoteer, people have now and then asked me, what mods are you using? And, well, it's a long, very long list, really. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make a short review of the mods that I'm using. Mind you, this is in no way a proper mod review. I'm gonna keep it shallow, really. Just to give you guys an idea what kind of mods I use for this game. Mods that give me personal enjoyment. Let's get into it. Galactic Allegiance is probably one of the main mods that I am using. It is a mod that adds different kinds of weapons, different propulsion, even more weapons, even more point defense weapons, and even more weapons, essentially. Laser cannons, miniguns, dual heavy energy machine guns, jeez. Large and smaller sea whiz turrets that are hull-bound rather than on the edge of your ship. All in all, it is a mod that I really enjoy using. It's one of the main mods as far as I'm concerned, and I cannot recommend it enough. It is an awesome mod, and well, it shows in the current subscribers, I suppose. It adds a ton of stuff. Small laser cannons at an angle. These are the weapons that I've been using a lot. Oh, that no longer works, of course. I have been using a lot on some of my smaller ships, some of my more fun craft. As you can see, a lot can be done. This is a Gatling cannon, as you can see. Real fun models. Heavy energy and dual energy blasters come from this mod as well. And most importantly, this mod also has laser turrets, and I'm using these essentially as my Star Wars weapons. These are my Star Wars turrets. Make it so. These are the guns. Yeah. Assault cannons are from the mod as well, I believe. Not entirely sure on that one, but I think it was. Didn't think this was a vanilla weapon that fires a single large blast, and I'm using that essentially as a, well, disruptor bank for my Romulan ships, I believe. Besides that, this mod also adds a different kind of railgun. Small ones. Pack loader. And some bigger ones. The advantage of this one, compared to the vanilla one, in my opinion, is, as you can see, we don't need to power the front. And the small one, it doesn't need to be powered at all, except from the rear. The rear section is where the power for the small railgun goes. You don't have to drag energy to the front of the rail to fire them. It adds missile silos. These can fire high explosive rockets that go straight ahead. Or they can fire torpedoes that also go straight ahead. Pack a bit more of a punch, but are a bit slower. You also have the heavy variant. Again, you can fire high explosives, you can fire torpedoes, or you can fire a shit ton of micro rockets. And we also, of course, have the internal variant. In terms of crew quarters, this one does not offer me anything. So let's quickly do that. There we go. Commands. I would like a bridge on this ship. Make that 2, because why not? The plasma engines that I'm using, essentially stronger engines than the normal ones, also come from this mod. It also adds, you know, thrusters that are hidden behind armor. However, they're not very strong. As such, I don't use them a lot. But I can use them. Restock all resources, please. All crew, man your guns. So. Ship library. Building ships. Let's take a Cabal civilian ship, please. All right. Allegiance pirates. And let's see what happens with all these guns. And this is why I like this mod. It adds such a flavor. Small missiles, torpedoes. The torpedoes were the blue ones. Blue Gatlings. Different kinds of rail guns. Laser batteries that are firing, of course, only red. That is a bit of a shame. But yeah, turbo lasers. I really like them. And honestly, these particle cannons, unlike the normal particle cannon, this one also does an EMP effect. A minor one, but still. And yeah, that's pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool weapons, saw. Right. Let's hop on to the next mod, shall we? A second mod that I'm using is Caboret Shield mod. And yeah, what to say about the Shield mod except that it is awesome. It adds, well, it's mostly awesome. It adds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different shields generators that have the opportunity, well, first and foremost, to be internal shield generators, so they're a bit harder to kill, which I really enjoy. Secondly, as you can see, the shield generators here, they have different colors, meaning you can give them different colors in game as well, and I really like that. Red shields, purple shields, blue shields, green shields, and yellow shields. Really fun. Then you have 2 square-like shield generators. They create a bubble shield around your ship, protecting the ship on all sides, but they're power hungry. And then you have the little useless thing that, honestly, I never saw the use of. A real useful item. Another item that I am using is a mod from the same author that paints prisms, as you can see, adding, you know, the red laser beams from the prisms. They get boring after a while. So, the author was kind enough to make a mod that creates different colors. That's it. Really nothing else to say. Several colors for the prisms, and yeah, that's pretty awesome. It gives, you know, what I'm doing mostly with my game so far is creating different kind of ships, but I don't want to have a green disruptor bank for my Klingons, but also for my Dominion ships. No, my Dominion ships need a blue one. So yeah, I really enjoy this mod. the same moth author, Swefpith, I'm not quite sure if I pronounced it correctly, but I'm going for it, also made a mod that essentially, the Balder mod is what I generally call it. It creates turrets, same laser turrets as the normal ones, but in different colors. And bigger ones, also with different colors, same as the vanilla ones in terms of stats, and that is why I enjoy them. I enjoy them because they are balanced with the normal vanilla stuff. He also adds the internal versions, and I really like it. I really like it, and same goes, I believe I have this one as well. I do, modular laser beams. A giant laser, well, that is a different beast altogether. The Heimdall laser systems, they're bloody insane. I don't use them a lot. I use them, for example, on my Borg cubes. I use them on my Earth destroyers from Babylon 5. Because these things, essentially, when they hit a shield generator, they destroy the shield generator. They burn it up. And then, rather than to destroy a armor block, they convert it into materials. So you essentially, they're giant harvesting machines that are insanely good against shields. And yeah, I find them to be a bit overpowered. I use them sparingly, because they're just overpowered in my opinion. Great mod though. Great mod author. Lots of different things. I like this guy. Alright, let's see. What do we have next? There we go. Fill in. Okay. We have ourselves a little ship. Quickly thrown together, of course. And as you can see, we lack crew quarters, because we don't have that mod enabled right now, which is rather annoying, I might add. There we go. So, we have a little ship, and as you can see, this ship has internal shield generators, two big ones. Let's power them up. And ooh, look at that shield. That is such a wide angle for a shield generator. You know what? I want to change that. I want more shield protection here. Okay, well, that can be done. I want a straight shield. You know what? Let's select both shield generators and tell both to go straight. Or, instead, we can go to the more classical bubble. Or a very strong bubble. And this is the beauty of this shield generator mod, in my opinion. You can really just do a shit ton of things with it. You can make the shields green, red, orange, blue, and purple. Ideal for indicating factions, for example. The same goes, really, for the guns. We have 9 guns on the front of the ship now. That can be red, purple, blue, green, yellow, or orange. Let's, you know what? You two go red, purple, ooh, blue, green, orange, and there we go. Build-in ships, Cabal, Civilian. Let's get another one of these out to show you what I mean. Allegiance, Pirates. Look at the Christmas lights. Ideal for faction warfare, and they are simply vanilla weapons. Do you need anything else? Well, we could, for example, add, and I'm gonna add the deck versions of them, even bigger guns. Let's make you yellow, and let's make you orange. Reset crew, restock all resources, please, Kay, thank you. Again, these are just as the normal deck blasters, the normal blaster cannons. But then a deck version. And as you can see, they operate in exactly the same way as a vanilla one would. Left one firing. Right one firing. For a more consistent DPS. So yeah, laser batteries, shields. Now, I've shown the big shields, but we also, of course, have the smaller shield generators. You know what? Let's add smaller shield generators here to the side. Let's add a bubble shield to the middle section. Maybe, yeah, sure, let's add a big one over here. And let's add the crappy one down there just because. Power. Let's throw in a reactor here, just for shits and giggles. Ooh. Did you hear that? A shield generator came online, but I can't see it. Oh wait, it's down there. Look at how small it is. That's way too small. I agree. So let's select the shield generator and make the shield bigger. You know what? I'm going to turn the visibility of this shield generator off so we can actually see it better. And you two, just to show that you're different, you're gonna be the green shields. Small shield generators can do exactly the same as the other ones. The round one, well, as you can see, it covers the entire ship. It can go pretty big. Let's turn you off for a second so you can actually see. And it's a well-rounded shield to protect smaller ships. However, it will be drained fairly quickly if an enemy starts shooting back. Now, let's make the shield invisible. And let's activate the small one, the big one. Same as the smaller ones, just bigger. Shield strength of 60,000, while the small one only has a 20,000 shield strength. For example, the frontal one here, 45,000. So this one is actually stronger than this one, but this one covers the entire ship. So a weaker shield that covers everything. I really like the trade-off. Then you have the big shields. This is the smallest setting. This is the biggest setting. Now, 60,000 shield strength is nothing to scoff at, but at a ship this size, this big, yeah, you will automatically have 3, maybe 4 of these shield generators. Then you have this thing here. I never ever use it. It is utterly useless. It only protects 2 blocks in front of the shield generator. And as you can see... Oh, it goes offline. It drains power. Like, seriously. Alright, it's on. We're at full strength. No, we're at half strength. Oh no, the shield is down again. I mean, it's too small, it's too power hungry. I don't like the balance of this thing. I don't know what it's for. I don't even want to utilize it. It's useless. Is there anything else in this mod? Not really, no. That is it. Well, this mod, I'm covering 3 mods here. Should be 3, but I think number 3 is not entirely working right now. Let me check. No. Number 3 isn't quite operational, but number 4 is, unfortunately. Right. Let's get rid of the lasers. To make it more obvious what I'm about to do, I'm going to add 2. You know what? Let's add 3 Heimdall turrets. Oh, and you guys, offline, please. These are Heimdall turrets. This is what they do to an enemy ship. It's very fun. Yes. It is. However, here, let me show you. Repair the entire ship, please. Watch how fast this ship dies. I want to concentrate on the reactor, please. Alright, it's depowered. Oh, there's the bridge. Hold on. Let's quickly... There we go. Ship disabled. I can now take the ship over without it being really damaged. I mean, if I hurry, I can protect it even from burning down. And that's the thing. These weapons, they're very good. Now, it could be even worse. Let's add a shield generator. And mind you, the effect that I'm going to show you here will be on all shields. Alright. Let's turn the shield generator as big as possible. Allegiance Pirates. Heimdalls. Target the reactor again. Oh look, we're hitting the shield generator. Now look at the hit points of the shield generator itself. Not the shield points, but the hit points. Shield generator destroyed. That was what? 3 seconds? And they destroy shields. Literally, they destroy the shield generators. It doesn't matter if I use the small one, the big one, the one in between. They do have different colors though, and that's pretty. But yeah, a bit overpowered in my opinion. One of the other mods that I'm having comes from Nexus. And Nexus have made a mod that creates Star Trek items. And I really wish this mod was updated more stuff was added. Because it's really fun. It adds torpedo launchers with photon, quantum, and trilithium torpedoes, I believe the last one was. Normal photon torpedoes are red, quantum torpedoes are blue, and trilithium torpedoes, they just do a big bang. It adds a different kind of propulsion. It adds warp engines. And let me see, do I have... anything with it. Well, also the warp nacelles and impulse engines. Essentially different kind of propulsion, powered by a warp core. It adds special rooms, the captain's ready room, that will give the entire ship a buff when crewed. It has its separate shield generators, and well, in terms of weapons, the torpedoes are really fun. The dual phaser cannons, you can make the Defiant with those. Really fun as well, I like them, and the phaser arrays, they're just awesome. Slightly strong, yes, but quite good, quite enjoyable. I really like this mod. I really hope it will get updated. I wish I understood how to mod. I mean, if I knew, I would immediately ask to join the team and help develop this one. I'm a Star Trek freak, can't help it. Sue me. Drawing things in paint, yeah, that I can do, but modding, no way. No way in hell. Anyway, Star Trek mod. Laser beam, laser... No, I did not enable it. Whoops, my bad. Painted prisms. That's the one. Yes, just enable it. It's just different colors. Nothing else. It will work. Now, let's jump on to the Star Trek mod, shall we? Space. The final frontier. These are the painted prisms. You just add a ion beam to it and it transfers them to a different color. Right. The final frontier. We have a starship. There we go. The basic shape of a Star Trek ship. Roughly. Very roughly. Now, a Star Trek ship needs a warp core. A warp core essentially acts as a reactor and as a jump drive. You need a warp core to jump. And as propulsion, well, as you know, all Star Trek ships use nacelles. These nacelles are very strong, very fast, a bit brittle though, so don't forget to armor up your nacelles. There we go. Okay. Now, the Star Trek mod has a different module, Starfleet modules, and I like it. You have the small phaser array. The small phaser array acts both as offensive weapon and as point defense. It depends how you set them up. You have the torpedo launchers. They fire photon torpedoes, quantum torpedoes, and tricobalt torpedoes, not trilithium. Let's add a photon torpedo launcher in the middle of the ship. We have impulse cannons. Essentially, they fire a, well, defiant burst of weapons. Weapon fire, same with these, but these are the deck. The impulse phaser are the deck version. Let's add it like that. Why not? Why not? The phaser manks, you can set them up to fire 180 degrees, 90 degrees, or 45 degrees. It's quite potent. However, they do need a phaser bank controller. As you can see, the module will turn green then to operate them. Now, power. Power comes from the warp reactor. However, this is Star Trek, so we can add some things that are linked to the warp reactor. So people can get the power from these modules instead of walking all the way down. Which is very handy. Very handy indeed. Now we also have impulse engines and a shield core. You know what? Let's add the shield core and you can see immediately The shield core, how it works. It has 4 shields. And each shield can be broken separately from the other. However, I believe you can only have... Yeah, there it is. You can only have 1 shield core in a vessel. No more. Let's add a control room or 2. I know, it's not the prettiest Star Trek ship. Wasn't my intent either. Okay, there we go. And then I need one more thing, or this ship will not function properly. And that is an antimatter storage. There we go. We have our Starfleet ship. It can turn. The small phaser arrays can be set to offensive and defensive fire. The normal phaser arrays, of course, cannot. The shield core, small settings. For like Nova class starships, well, Nova sure is a small starship, mate. Miranda class starships, Intrepid class, Galaxy class, Odyssey class. Let's go small, shall we? Now, you know what? Let's not get a Cabal ship. Let's... French systems, combat. Let's not blow this ship up straight away. Cost low, too high. What do we have here? Effie. Effie is a bit small. Cutthroat, why not? So... there we see the pulse phasers firing. And normal phasers firing as well. As you can see, it easily punches through a lightly defensible ship. And overall, I would say these weapons, they are slightly on the strong side compared to the vanilla weapons. If you want to get the job done, yeah, a couple of phaser banks at a 45-degree angle combined with a couple of quantum torpedo launchers, or even better, let's set it to a tricobalt torpedo launcher, will be quite deadly. There goes the tricobalt torpedo. As you can see, it's a pretty design. It's gonna hurt though. It's gonna hurt. Well, it's luckily for the AI ship. It did not really hit anything vital. Torpedoes being prepared. And as you can see, the shields are pretty strong on this ship, even while hit by a disruptor. The bane of this entire game, in my opinion. At least when it comes to shielded ships. One more torpedo, please. Ooh. The disruptor finally passed the shields. That's okay. I can rotate. See what I mean when I say it does damage? It does quite a bit of damage, really. Now, I set that one phaser to 45 degree, remember? I did that for a reason. There we have it. So, Federation weapons, Federation propulsion, oh, and a Federation warp core. Federation warp core is pretty fun. You suggest the shields are down. Target the reactor and fire. Yeah, that's what happens when a warp core breach happens. Your ship, especially a small ship, is just doomed. Which is pretty cool. A mod that, in my opinion, should be in the vanilla game comes from... I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm not even gonna try, man. Wim. I'm just gonna call you Wim. Wim's Workshop. And it essentially creates more speed options for the game. By default, the game is a bit slowish here and there, or it goes too fast. So with this, you can go up to 15 times speed or minus, 1/30th of a speed. It's awesome. It's really great, and I think it's a very good mod. We're used to. I'm seeing update shouts. I hope it still works. I love it. I love it. Good mod. Good mod. The next mod we have is Johnny's Shipyard. And Johnny's Shipyard adds a couple of modules. It adds some different kind of storage modules. It adds internal nuclear silos. I really like those. Why I got this mod especially is because it adds drones/fighters that you can build. They launch, they fire between, I don't know, 20, 30 shots at a target, and then they self-destruct. They're pretty nice. And in exchange, they cost like, for example, steel. You got them in small variants, firing all kinds of different weapons. I really like it. Yeah, then you get the one thing that I'm never ever using in this mod. It has a BFG in it. All Doom fans know what a BFG is, but honestly, it's an overpowered piece of junk. And it's not even fun to use. It adds some minor things here and there. It adds other mining laser equipment. That's pretty nice, I suppose. And it adds some extra cool quarters. Yeah, I essentially use this mod for the drone launchers and for the nuclear missiles. The other things, not so much. It's working on adding logic wires, and I'm quite curious to see how that will be implemented, if ever. But, yeah. Love the drones, man. Love the drones. See, let us use some StarCraft ships for the next thing. And let's go to my Protoss warships. And let's grab myself a carrier. Now, as you can see, we have a custom warship. We have, as you can see, a lot of shielding. But the most important thing I want to show off here today, Army Group 3. And that is my fighters. Well, my drones, really. Also, Allegiance Player 2. You may commence your attack. Oh, and as you can see, I also enabled the speed mod, so things can go very slow. One time speed, please. And let's bring this mastodont into weapon range. I'm not entirely happy with the carrier, but it's more like it has chicken wings. But for a first iteration, I'm not unhappy with how she performs. Now, as you can see, we got incoming missiles. That is annoying. Oh, look there. Let's slow down for a second. These are fighter crafts. The first fighter craft are in range. Sadly, oh, and one of the other weapons that I haven't shown off yet is firing as well. The fighters, they're small. And in all honesty, I believe this is a cluster missile, isn't it? We'll see. Right, the fighters. As you can see, they're being attacked by point defense. And one got shot down. The other two managed to shoot a few shots. Pew, 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 pew. Take that, you evil station. As more fighters are being launched now of different sizes and caliber. New ones are being produced immediately. The aft section still hasn't launched yet. And I really like these fighters. I don't like the way they look. They're simply the missile skins. And the big fighters actually have the skins, that's where I'm not using them, of turrets. Like flying laser turrets, and I really don't like those looks. But generally I am zoomed out like this, and this works. The carrier is taking some shield damage though, and hull damage as well. So let's start turning her. In the meanwhile, the massive swarm of fighters is slowly withering down the station. Ooh, that's a big explosion there. As you can see, a massive swarm of fighters by now. They only fire like 10, 15 shots, and they're not doing a lot of damage each shot. But you can see how quickly they add up. New ones are being produced all the time by special drone crews. And they use up steel to make, so yeah, fairly cheap. These, of course, are all the same kind of drones. Let's select them. Pulse cannon drones. We can also make the Mark II normal drones, or the Mark I, firing red lasers, but since this is a Protoss carrier, I figured this is the better color. So we gotta use this. Pew, pew, pew. So yeah, these are the drones. Of course, oh, look at that. Johnny Shipyard added burst lasers, and they added some new stuff. I'm not familiar with these. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Gotta try that out, man. Gotta try that out. Let's add a disruptor. Let's add a bike beam. Because I want to know what you do. Restock all resources. Weapon comes out. That's good. That's pretty cool looking. Not quite sure what the pike beam is doing. I get the strange feeling you need to be aimed better. Did you fire? Oh, there we go. Charging animation looks okay. Let's see what you can do. These weapons are completely new to me. These are new weapons from Johnny's. Whoa. You already fired, didn't you? Well, you did, but it went... Oh, wait, there. Oh, that's a pretty cool ball. I like that. I like that indeed. You have not fired yet, but you're about to. There we go. I said there we go. Small laser beam. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it is a beam. Near 2,000 damage. Okay. Okay, interesting, interesting. Let's see what these guys do. Oh, and just to make sure my target remains up, let's repair it. A fairly slow reload rate, but they're automated, so... And they as well are laser based. Okay. The burst laser. Looks pretty cool. Decent enough animation. Okay. Fires a couple of bursts, couple of rounds, but slow reload again. Okay, yeah, not bad, not bad. These are, of course, from Yanni's mod. Yanni's mod also gives the BFG. If you ask me why don't I like the BFG, it's about the same size as my carrier. I rest my case. Moving on. The Sunflower mod, ladies and gentlemen, is a mod that has some very interesting things. It has ion blasters, guided bursts of ions that fire away from the turret and then get directed towards the target. You see that in this top picture here. It looks really cool, and these weapons are very useful if the enemy has no shields. Against shields, they're not that great. But against armored targets, oh dear, ion blasts were great. Galvanic armor, yeah, well, they work, I suppose. They're not my favorite item. They are not as useful as one would like, but they can be used in defensive and offensive capabilities right beside your vessel. Arc emitters. Yeah, arc emitters are pretty damn evil, firing giant bursts of lasers, well, electronic bolts, lightning, I suppose, towards an enemy vessel. Very powerful. And yeah, Sunflower mod has some very, very cool weapons. I do recommend this mod overall. It is very well made. The iron blasters are the weapons you saw in the front of the ship. Let's turn the ship around again. Get them to fire. Oh, shot myself. Alright, let's stop. As you can see, the fighters are not really doing a lot of damage. It's really about swarming them. There we go. Ah! Number 2. Maybe you are kind enough to fire. There we go. It goes straight, and around here it will start locking on. Yep. This target has no shield, so the weapon will actually cut through like 3-4 blocks of armor. It's quite deadly. Against the shield, yeah, it's pretty harmless. But if you're not shielded anymore, oh, then this will hurt. Especially this big variant. I don't... Alright. Here we have a amethyst battle cruiser armed with another weapon of the sunflowers. And some other weapons that I quickly got to turn off. There we go. It's about these missiles here. Allegiance Player 2, Fire at Will Commando. Big ass missiles. Wait, what's happening? Oh no! That is a big swarm of missiles. Let's see how the rear point defense and the shields of this Gatling deals with this. Quite simple, it doesn't. They overwhelm the point defense guns, and they cause, well, minor damage, really. It's not a alpha strike weapon. These missiles are meant to overwhelm the point defense so that the real missiles can get through. Reset crew. Restock all resources, please. And that is the Amethyst battle cruiser. A support ship meant to overwhelm point defense and neutralize our enemies. And that is the power of these missiles, brought to you by the Sunflower Corporation. Projectiles, well, the chain guns, nuclear silo. Looks like Yanni has been busy. Blink drive, teleportation of bombs directly at the enemy. Pretty cool idea, pretty cool idea. I compliment you, sir, I compliment you. Interesting. Here we have the drones, small ones and tiny ones. The carrier that you saw you operate used the small ones, the tiny ones, because these ones, they're essentially just turrets. And I'm not a fan of flying turrets. They need a better model for that. In terms of defenses, well, the galvanic armor. We saw that on Steam already. It emits an electrical pulse. It does some damage, but not a lot. These armor places, yeah, if you can hit an ion beam exactly here, it will deflect it, but yeah, overall not really interesting. This must... More galaxy sizes. A little mod. Honestly, speaks for itself. I I prefer, oddly enough, to have games where my map is so big that I never ever complete it. So yeah, 500 star systems to go. The default size is around 50, so yeah. Very nice, very nice. It's a good mod. Yeah, it's being used a lot, as you can see. I would recommend it if you like bigger galaxies. Lovely creation from Dr. Yaska. So, galaxy sizes. You name it. Let's go with way too big, shall we? And crew fame ratio, yeah, well, whatever. Not interested for now. Launch. Welcome, my friends, to the universe. Do I need to say more? This is what the mod does. Create a giant map. We see 3 factions here right now. The Centauri, Monolith, and Cabal of Sol. I think the factions are from... And one of the last mods that I actively use is made by Foo Phoenix. And, well, what can I say? It adds a couple of extra storage compartments. 1x1, 1x2, 1x3, 1x4, and 2x4. And they helped me out so many times. These small storage areas that you can just hide in every nook and every corner. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. Still being updated as far as I know. Yeah, it's a lovely little mod. Lovely little mod that will help a lot when managing your ships. So yes, these are the mods that I use for my ships. And with them, I build ships like my Protoss carrier, like my Borg cube. Let's take a look. Let's get a Romulan warship out and about. Yeah, with her heavy assault cannons. But also Star Wars ships. Imperial Star Destroyers with fairly heavy shielding. I do like me the Republic ships a lot more, though, I'll be honest. With heavy turbo lasers. Well, capital laser turrets. The sounds you're hearing, by the way, is the Borg cube. It's not properly powered. So let's get rid of it. Yeah. That's it, really. This is how I build my starships, essentially. My base stars, I really need some fighters as well. They just got flak batteries right now. Maybe something to upgrade them. Babylon 5, Centauri. And a Vorlon ship, yeah. So yeah, with simple coloring of the shields, with simple extra weapons that are not quite overpowered, but still, well, some of them are. These arc weapons are pretty damn powerful, I admit. You can make some very nice, different kinds of styles of ships. And I really enjoy it. Just a couple of small mods that seemingly seem to work well together. Hooray. What can I say? So yes, with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's the mods I am mostly using. It varies a bit, but these are somewhat of the more stable mods in my arsenal. So yes, I don't think there is much more to say, except maybe that's, I don't know. I'll see you guys next time. I see you guys next time, and until then, I wish you all a very fond farewell.